Gamers, and welcome to the nightmare of orbiting the moon. And coming home. More importantly, and coming home. I said in yesterday's TDP that I managed to build a ship that got to the moon and made its way back, and I had tons and tons of fuel, and I accidentally let my my remaining engine decouple and crashed on landing. And I was like, idiots. Idiots! This was so free. Wasn't free. Really wasn't free. Because my last 7 hours or so have been trying to figure out how to make this work. And trying to figure out fuel. I'm still lost on the exact Delta V calculations. Which is a real pain in the ass. And the problem is, now I've discovered science. I was getting to the moon regularly and figuring out how much science was available. It was in the hundreds. I was collecting so much science, which was massive amounts of upgrades available in the tech tree for just getting to the moon and orbiting it. And I discovered that I could just stay EVA and keep taking EVA reports. And because the moon's got different biomes, it was like, oh, this is a new biome. There's another like 60 science. Oh, there's another biome. Here's another 60 science. It was just like so much tech points, which is what they are, right? That's science points to tech points to upgrade the tree. And all I needed to do was land back at Kerbin. That's it. And I had loads of fuel. I had loads of fuel. The issue I've run into, which I need to solve in our next playthrough, is I don't know what the best approach is. I mean, very inefficient with the fuel. It was something I kept restating, because of course I'm playing this without feedback, so I'm sure it was driving people insane, but it was clear that what I was doing was inefficient. I'm pretty good now at getting a nice orbit on takeoff, and then having like a full tank of gas to get to the moon and back with fuel left over. And I started writing down, because I felt this was important, I started writing down how much Delta V I needed for various bits. So for you Kerbal Space Program people, this is what I have. To get out of orbit and to the moon was costing me around 860 to 880 fuel. So I budgeted the same to get back. Around 500-ish to create a moon orbit. What was the other stuff? 300. And then I budgeted, and this was guesswork. I was trying to budget how much Delta V I needed to actually get back. So it's like another 300 to reestablish a Kerbin orbit, right? So the 850 is to like get back into orbit, and then 300 to get the orbit, and then I budgeted 400 to actually land, because that's the difficulty. You've got to slow down, because the issue I've run into is creating those orbits. I'm using the maneuver node to figure this stuff out, so trial and error. But the issue I was running into, which became very apparent, was coming at Kerbin way, way too fast. And what was happening is, one, very little control of the ship. Two, it would get so hot, it was destroying all the science equipment, because that was just burning up. And the materials lab was just burning to death, even with a heat shield underneath it, because of the way we were just coming in way too fast. So it was just exploding, which meant we lost all the science. So I would come back with hundreds of science, and then everything would blow up. Besides the actual craft, like, we were landing, getting people... I managed to get a guy back, but we lost all the science in the process. So that's... Yay, they didn't die. Yeah. Not really worthwhile. Which was a bit of a bummer. So this was the issue I was having. I was trying a number of things. One really funny thing happened to me is that I had the heat shield under the materials lab, because I needed to get that back to get the research, right? The materials lab would blow up, which detaches the heat shield, but because they're so close, the heat shield actually, like, slapped into the lander, into the control pod. And when we looked at it, zoomed in, it's like off-center, because it's like pushed into it, but it's not attached. So it's like the heat shield is like half on, half off. It was so stupid. So stupid. Either way, I was like, okay, tweaking, doing stuff. But I did manage, once I got somebody back, I did manage to get back with like all the EVA reports and stuff, which gave us a good bunch of science. It was like 90 science. That allowed me to get new engines, which I have dubbed the Fat Cocks. These are huge. Like, it's so stupid to build with them because my fuel tanks don't even fit on top of them. They're like so much bigger. I'm still unclear how to utilize them properly. Like, I can read the stats and stuff, but some things weren't adding up, so more trial and error needed there with these engines. By the way, this should make things easier. I have better engines. I have the next level of upgrades. I've got these giant booster rockets, these mega fat cock engines to get me up there. And they do. They work wonders. Very hard to figure out the delta V on those because they're so big that it's changing constantly with altitude, right? Your delta V increases as the atmosphere gets thinner. So it says to me like, oh, you have like 2,700. I don't. I have, in reality, like 3,000 something. I'm sure there's a function in the game to do the math on this, like as the altitude scales, but whatever. I'm just sort of eyeballing it. Sorry, KSP nerds. I'm just eyeballing it. The way I figure it out if it's good enough is I shoot it up into space. If it gets me to orbit with fuel left over, I consider that a win. That's my science experiment. I mean, it's what the scientists really do. They do a bunch of math and then they plug it into a simulator, right? I'm just doing that using Kerbals instead. So I got the new engines. This obviously made life a little easier. So I started to plan my mission to get back with everything. You know what I want to do at this point? And I'm talking to Bex here. I'm not even talking to you guys. Play the mission. Because what you're about to see is possibly the most tense, ridiculous experience I've had in this game so far. And it's a little long, probably. It's I think, Bex, if you could start it, like, leaving the moon. Because I ran into an issue. And I was so stressed out that I did some bad decisions, for sure. I'm just gonna... I've got no electricity. I can still do this. $157. $700 fuel left, which is a lot. This engine is so inefficient in this environment. I'm saving the game. 250 fuel. Come on. Slow down. All right, buddy. It's the best I can give you. I can't spin it to get the heat shield. I'm kind of hoping gravity does the work. Also, note to self, bring batteries. I don't think it can survive without being able to turn. Yeah, she's coming in nose down. Parachute first. Atmosphere might help. I guess she's not bottom heavy. Yeah, stay like that. Okay. Stop turning. Please stop turning. I have no control at this point. Come on, that's it. Yeah, gravity, do your job. Please. Ease up. Come on, ease up. Anytime now, this is going to ease up. No way. No freaking way. Parachutes, please. Welcome home. Well, we're not landed yet, but I mean... Please land. This is torture. Please land. It can't go wrong, but I need you to land. And everything be secure. Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Yo! Yes! Holy shit! Oh my god!
Holy shit, dude.
I cannot believe that works.
You were... I cannot tell you how close you were to like on the borderline of getting roasted, dude. That was fucking crazy.
I can't believe that worked.
Jesus.
That was the most outrageous situation. Oh my God. When I ran out of electricity, I'm like, you motherfucker. I do not need that right now. I had to do it all the way back with no power.
I was sure because your entry angle was so steep. I was like, there is no way you survive.
Yeah.
But fucking.
Did you see the fucking explosion bar? Right, and I was like, it's going to finish. I know this eases up in any second. Any second now. And it just kept going. 300 science I got from that mission, dude. 300 science. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. That's wild. That is fucking wild. And he didn't even gain any experience. That is nonsense. That is nonsense. He got no experience from that. Oh my God, that is so ridiculous. The fact that that worked, and I only got to see the VOD after the fact of the reaction to it, and it had no business working. It had no business working at all, and it did. Watching the materials lab constantly fluctuate between exploding and not exploding every couple of seconds, knowing that it was going to cool off in any moment, and I was praying and hoping, and running out of electricity on the way back was the worst experience. It's the absolute worst experience I've ever had. It was so bad. But it worked. It worked, and we got home, and I had over 220, I think I had over 300 science upon that return. Phenomenal. Like, an absolutely joyous experience. I was so happy. Like, when that parachute deployed, I was ecstatic. So ecstatic. So happy. And it obviously allowed me to get a bunch of upgrades. So I got the entire row, essentially, of upgrades, which now my fuel tanks make sense and things like that. I haven't built anything with this yet. But you can probably see on the screen, I have objectives for the day, and 2 of them did not get met. One was land on the moon, and the other is to try and rescue somebody. That's my next goal, is to try and do those things. Now I'm a little better at controlling burns and orbits and things like that. I'm going to try those things today, and see how that goes. I don't know how we're going to land on the moon. I have the lander can now, but I know it's going to be way more technical. But I have a ship that can get us there with fuel to get home, so that fuel should be enough to land us. One of the things I'm genuinely concerned about, and I really wish I wasn't, but I am, is ladders. I have this weird feeling that maybe I will land on the moon, and the guy's just going to fall out of the can and die. So this is my prediction before I try this today. If that happens, and I come to you in the next TDP, and my Kerbal lands on the moon, and I manage to pull that off, and then he just falls out and dies, I might just stop playing at that point, because that will make me so sad. So, so sad. But we shall see. I will report back Mission Command tomorrow as to whether we rescued lives, but definitely trapped someone. I am aware, I want to put this out there, I do have remote control ships at this point, so I don't necessarily need to trap someone on the moon, but I want to plant a flag, so human sacrifice it is. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.